Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. Today we are going to learn about functions in SQL. Functions is used to perform any operations. Okay, it is simple, just like Python. You take some input, you do some job, some operations you perform on that, then it will give you the output. Okay, now functions is of mainly two types. One is inbuilt function. Inbuilt function we have already used. You can see string functions, upper, lower, numeric functions, round, floor, date functions, aggregate functions, conversion function. These are inbuilt function. These are already created in SQL. All you have to do is to call the function, right? But there are one more types of function, that is user defined function. That means you can create the function by yourself. Okay, so you have a choice to create your own function and then you can call the function to perform any work. Clear? So today our topic is user defined function. Let's do some example, then things will be more clear. I have created an employees table. Let me just show you the table once. We have ID, name of the employees, monthly salary, marks, date of birth. Okay, now we are going to write some functions. Our first question is annual salary calculator. How can you calculate annual salary? See, in the table we have monthly salary. So if we just multiply it by 12, then we can get the annual salary. Okay, so now let's write the function. So first you have to write delimiter. Why it is used, I will tell you. Delimiter space double dollar. Then you have to write create function and you have to give a function name. Annual salary calculator. Okay, now I will give which one will be the input. So here our input is monthly salary and what is the input data type? That is decimal 10,2. That you can see from here. See here monthly salary decimal 10,2. Okay, this is the input. Once you have told about the input, you have to say which one will be the output. So you write returns and output is also, let's say, decimal types. Okay. I can write begin. So inside the function, I will write return monthly salary into 12. That will give you the annual salary, right? Now once you have written, now you can write end. Okay. So the operation is done. First we have given the input, then we have stated which one will be the output, then we have written which is the operation. That will be written within begin and end. Once you have end, now you have to close the delimiter. Okay, now one thing keep in mind, while writing delimiter, you have to write it in capital. Okay, SQL is usually case insensitive, but in case of delimiter, you have to keep it in mind. And there will be a space, then you can write dollar dollar, then you write create keyword, function keyword, give a function name as per your wish, and input, what is the data type of the input. Then you say what is the output, what is the data type of the output. Okay, now you have to write deterministic. Deterministic means for one single query you have to give one output query. Begin return monthly salary into 12. Here you have to provide semicolon, then you write end. After end you write the dollar symbol which you have started here, then you write the delimiter keyword again to complete the delimiter. Okay, now let me tell you one more thing, why delimiter is used. See here in the end I have given a semicolon. Every time you write a query, you have to put a semicolon at the end. That means the statement is ended. But while writing a function, we may need to put the semicolon multiple times. So it may get confused when to end the statement. Because this is not a single statement, it is a big thing. So that is why you start it with delimiter, you end it with delimiter. That means please ignore this semicolon. Don't think that the statement is completed. When you get delimiter, then you think that the statement is completed. So delimiter means you are saying that it is a complete single thing. Okay. Now let me just run it. So see, the function is created. So if I refresh it here you can see functions. Inside this you can get annual salary function. Okay, now if you want you can simply check. So I can write select and you have to call the annual salary function, annual salary calculator, and there you have to pass monthly salary from employees table. Now if I just run this, see, you can see monthly salary 5,000, 7500, 6400. So it is multiplied by 12. Okay, clear. Or if you want you can pass something by yourself. So again I can write select annual salary calculator, and here if I write 100. Okay, so it will be 12,000. Just see the output. Okay, so you understand, you can pass the input by yourself or you can take it from any table also. Clear? So this will give you annual salary calculation. Now let's do the next one. It's simple interest calculate. You know how to calculate simple interest. P into R into T by 100. P is the principal, R is the rate of interest, and T is the time of investment. Okay, now let's write the function. So first I have told you, you have to write delimiter in capital. Start it with dollar dollar. Now I will mention the function. This you can write in caps or small, whatever you wish. Give it a name. So interest. You have to give the input. So I will write P, let's say integer. R, rate of interest can be decimal value. So it is better if I give decimal. T, integer, let's say. Okay, you can give any data type. Now I will write return. So it will return, let's say decimal 10 comma 2. Okay. Now I will write the function. So I will start by begin, and inside this I will write return. Sorry, here it will be returns. So return P into R into T divided by 100. So this one. Okay. Put a semicolon. Once you have done this, you have to finish it by end. And after end, you have to give $sign. Now it is done. So again, you have to write delimiter in capital. Put a semicolon. And before you start begin, you have to give deterministic. Okay, now let me just show you the output. Function is created. See, this is the interest function. Okay, now if you want, you can just pass select. You have to give the function name, and here let's say I want to calculate P as 1000, rate of interest 10% for 2 years. So now you can see the output. Okay, this is the interest you will get, simple interest. If you have invested 1000 rupees at 10% rate of interest for 2 years, that will be your output. Okay, so you understand, in this way you can write a function. Now let's do another one, grade assignment function. See, you have to give some grade. Maybe if the student has got greater than 90, you can give A, greater than 80, you can give B. In this way you can write the function. So first I will write delimiter space dollar dollar. Now you can write create function, give a function name, let's say grade, and you have to give input as marks. Marks is a, let's say, integer. Okay. Now what will be the returns? Return will be A or B, so it will be a varchar, let's say of 2. Okay. Now you can write deterministic. We will start inside this. We will write if else statement. Okay. So if marks greater than equals to 90, then return A. Let's write it in capital. Okay. A. Else if marks greater than equal to 80, then return B. B. Okay, in this way I can give 2 more. See, now else if marks greater than 90, A, greater than 80, B, if marks greater than 70, then return C. And the last one, I'll write only else, not else if. Okay, so any number you can give else if, but at the end you have to give else. All the 3 conditions are not satisfied, so I'll write D. Okay, now once you have completed this if statement, now you can write end if. End if. Okay. So you start by if, the condition satisfied, else if, condition satisfied, else if, not satisfied, else. Once it is completed, now you write end if. Okay, so now here you can write end dollar dollar. Okay, now write select. First, let me create the function, then I will show you. So, there is an error. No, sorry, there must be a space. Okay, so now let me run this. Now I think our function is created. Interest function is created. Now you can write select grade, and inside this I will pass, let's say 90. Now see what will be the output. This will be A, return A. Okay. Now if I want to apply it on the table, in the employee table we have once marks, so we can just write select grade from marks table, from employee table. Okay. So that means from employees table on the marks column, please apply this function and give me the grade. So VAD, you can check it from here, 82, 92, 58. Okay. The next one is Fahrenheit to Celsius converter. This is simple. I'll give you this as a homework, so you can do it. I can tell you just have to write delimiter, you have to create function, you have to take some input, you have to same way, you just have to write and all the functions. Okay, then you write select and give any number and check whether it is converted to Celsius or not. Okay, if you can't, then let me know in the comment section. If you have done, then also let me know that you have done. Okay, so this is all about function. Bye, happy learning.